Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather. Today's video is going to be all about eyeliners. So I kind of put some feelers out there for you guys. Well, pretty much like in a couple of my previous videos. I wanted to see some techniques and tutorials that you guys wanted to see, and a lot of you actually asked me to do a tutorial video on eyeliners. So eyeliner techniques, eyeliner placements, what's good for a hooded eyelid, specifically speaking for hooded eyes, and also how to do eyeliner placement for someone that doesn't have quite so much of a hooded eyelid. They have a lot more lid space. So there's kind of a lot to go over. I will try to compact everything in this video for you and make it very digestible. I am going to be going over my top 3 eyeliner techniques. So I feel like these 3 work for pretty much everybody. I do also feel like these 3 techniques are not just limited to a particular age bracket. I feel like all 3 of these techniques can also be used on all different ages as well. So let's go ahead and get into today's video. So one major tip that I highly recommend is when you are doing eyeliner, the thickness of the eyeliner does matter. So if you do an eyeliner on the top eyelid and you also want to do eyeliner on the bottom, you just want to make sure that a key factor when doing your eyeliner is you want the eyeliner on the upper eyelid to be thicker than what you have going on the lower lash line. You do not want to enhance dark circles and enhance, like I said, any darkness under the eye area. Now, I am a former Bobbi Brown counter manager, so I highly recommend if any of you ever have a chance to come across this book. This book is like, and always sort of has been, my makeup Bible. As far as being like a professional makeup artist in the industry, I love this book so much. My book is actually quite old, so I got this, I'm like probably maybe like 8 or 9 years ago when I was working for Bobbi Brown. A lot of my research is going to be done from this book. So if you have a chance to come across this book, I haven't looked to see if this is still available out there, but I hope so, and I will try to link it down in my description box below. Tight lining is the first technique that I am going to start with. So tight lining can be used with ultimately any eyeliner. You can use gel, you can use pencil, you can use a crayon, you can use a liquid. It doesn't really matter. You can use any one of those. So I have a couple of brushes here that are my personal favorite brushes to use when applying my eyeliners. I will make sure to list everything down in the description box below as well. Actually, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's talk about the eyeliner products that I really enjoy using right now. I just made this last minute executive decision to talk about this now. So we're gonna start with pencil liners. My personal favorite pencil liner to use. You can use that as inner rim, you can use it as tight line, you can also do it as a wedge liner, which is something I'm going to talk about. You can also use it as a wing liner as well, which is the 3rd technique that I'm going to talk about as well. So this is the Makeup Forever Artist Color Pencil. I have the shade 100. It is called Whatever Black. I really love these. So it's a really nice creamy formula. I'm going to do a swatch of it here. This is what it looks like. Really nice and creamy. Now when it comes to these, they do smear really well. So this is really good for maybe doing like a really beautiful like smoky eyeliner look. Me personally, because I do have more of a hooded eyelid, this is a product that's very hard for me to use on my upper eyelid because it does transfer up to my upper eyelid throughout the day. So I do technically like to use these eyeliners, like more of a softer kohl type eyeliner in the inner rim. Yes. Another eyeliner that I really enjoy using, and I use it actually in a lot of my videos, is the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil. This is in the shade Perversion. I love this eye pencil. This is one of my personal favorites to use all around. So like waterline, top of the lash line. I really love it. It's really great. It gives you a few moments to where you can smudge it. I like to tap like powder on top of it to help set it, give it a little bit more of a smokier effect. So I'm actually gonna kind of let it sit for a minute because I want you to see. If I was to do like and smudge it right now, it would definitely smudge because it's still a little bit wet. But if you give it just a second, it'll kind of just like smudge a little bit. It won't smudge quite as much as that Makeup Forever eye pencil. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for just a minute. So when you're tight lining, sometimes it's nice to add a little bit of eyeliner right up underneath the lashes. This is the Marc Jacobs Fineliner Ultra Skinny Gel Eye Crayon. I love this one. It's got a really nice tip and you have to twist it up. It's very, very fine tipped. And I will just put that next to the Urban Decay one. So this is the Marc Jacobs one over here. See, it's so after letting it dry for a moment, this doesn't have too much of a smudginess to it, which is nice because when you can set that maybe with like a black eyeshadow or like a darker brown eyeshadow, it'll really set it so it doesn't go anywhere. So I really love that one, and I especially like to use that one like when I'm trying to not have quite so messy of a smoky eye in the waterline, and then I'll press a little bit of eyeshadow on that with a brush. And man, it stays all day long. Next, we have liquid eyeliners. So my favorite liquid eyeliner to use is the Tattoo Liner by KVD Beauty. So this is called Trooper Black. I really love using this one. I'm sure a lot of you have heard of this one. They do have it in Sephora and Ulta. It is a really nice fine tip brush pen. I'm not opposed to using a sponge tip pen. However, I have more of a fluid line when I use a brush tip pen. I get a better result as opposed to using a sponge tip. I do like this one a lot. It does dry down to a really nice matte color. This is it right here. You just have to give it a few moments to dry. It does dry fairly quickly. The only thing I've noticed about this is in the very corners when you have to sometimes maybe fill in, you know, when you do like your eye line and then you go back and you fill it in, sometimes it does get a little crusty. It's the only word I can think of because you're kind of like layering the product on top of itself and sometimes it does flake. So just make sure that you have the cap down. So make that, actually someone at Sephora that works there taught me this. So you have to make sure you have the cap down and then you have to hit it like this to get product on the tip of it, as opposed to opening it and shaking it. So that's kind of a good little 411 there, so you guys know that when you purchase this product. And last but certainly not least, my absolute favorite product out of all of these are the Bobbi Brown gel liners. I've used these a couple of times before in my videos. The two shades that I will always have in my makeup kit is Caviar Ink and Black Ink. So I'll show you the bottom of these. Caviar Ink and Black Ink, yes. These are wonderful. I absolutely love these. Ever since I've worked at Bobbi Brown, I've been obsessed with those. I know that she has multiple other colors, and I will do another video talking about like fun colors of eyeliners that you can use, and we'll kind of talk about like color theory as well. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I have to change my lens in order to do that. So give me just a second and I'll be right back. Okay. We're zoomed in. So I am going to do a tight line for you guys. So I'm starting with a tight line because it'll be so much easier for me to show you the proper tight line to the proper wedge to a classic winged eyeliner look. I am, for my tight line, I'm going to go ahead and use my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eyeliner. We're gonna start with that one. So tight line, you want to get as close to the lash line as possible. When you do your tight line, I always like to start on the outer corner and work my way in. So then I will go back and I will take my angled brush and I will swipe over the top here of the eyeliner. Please bear with me, my camera is not focusing correctly, so sorry. And because I have such a small eye, sometimes using the brush to get into that inner corner helps me out a lot. And then I'll drag it this way. So initially I start this way and go in, and then when I take the little brush, I start on the inside and move out. And you can get like a really nice clean line. See? Perfect. Here you go. So this is the tight line. Very simple, very clean. Just add a little bit of mascara and you'll have just like a very simple, nice, very defined eye. When I apply my tight line, I don't like to go very far over. I like to pretty much start it where the bottom rim of my eye starts. And then of course, like I'll go all the way in. At the very end, when I'm done with like my winged eyeliner, I will go back in with that ultra fine liner and add that underneath, and then I'll pop on some mascara for you guys as well. Now moving on to the wedged liner. This is one of my favorite ways to wear eyeliner. So it lifts the eyelid. It's beautiful for a smoky eye look. So if you lay down a really beautiful smoky eye, kind of like eyeshadow look, and then do the wedge liner on top of that and smoke out the wedge liner, oh, it is so beautiful. This eyeliner technique is also very special to me because it is something that I learned while I was working at Bobbi Brown. Like I said, her book is amazing. You can learn tons of different techniques, whether that be skincare, face base, concealers, blush placement, all of the above. This is just one of the things that I learned from working at Bobbi Brown that has really kind of stuck with me throughout the years. So I am moving on. I'm actually going to be using, what am I going to use? I'm going to move on to the Longwear gel eyeliners. Typically on a daily basis, I use Caviar ink because it's a very, very dark espresso brown. I will give you some swatches here of the gel liners. So here is espresso brown, really nice dark chocolate color. And then I will swatch black ink for you. So we're gonna use black ink today, and then there's black ink right next to it. Really beautiful creamy colors. Okay, so generally when I do my wedged eyeliner look, I actually really start it the way that I did the tight line, and then I just add on to it. So I'm going to dip into black ink, and I stinking love this brush. So this is the Angle Eyeshadow Brush by Bobbi Brown. This is such a beautiful brush to use for that wedged eyeliner look. I don't know if I can show you guys, but I just lightly dip into that. Just like the very tip of the brush. And it's nice because this is also like a really beautiful like angle. Okay, so there's the product on the brush. I start on the outside and I work my way in. And you're just adding that wedge. So you're making it thicker on the outside. You're not elongating it very much. And then sometimes I'll like to go back from the inside and go outward. So I want you guys to see the difference between the wedge liner and the tight line eyeliner. So the wedge liner, you can see it lifts the eye. So it gives that like dimension to the eye and lifts it up, which is something I like because I have such a heavy fold. And actually, this eyelid has a heavier fold than this eyelid. So it's nice because it just really lifts my eyes up. No matter what eye look I'm wearing, it really helps to lift my eyelid. So I'm not gonna add any eyeshadow or anything on top of that. I will do that at the very end, but typically, what I will do is I will add a little bit of eyeshadow right on that edge, that top edge of the eyeliner, and I'll smoke it out. I usually will actually still use the same brush that I just used for the eyeliner. I'll wipe it off, like get some of the excess like cream off, and then I'll kind of reshape it a little bit. And I typically really enjoy using my Goss eyeshadow palette. He has a really beautiful black in there. So this is the Luxury Eye Palette in Imperial Topaz. This black here, it works so well. I have used other black eyeshadows that I press on top of my eyeliners. I feel like my eyeliner will still transfer up to my eyelid. I have never had a problem with any of his eyeshadows transferring my eyeliner. Once I put it on there, it sets that eyeliner and you are good to go. So now that we're moving on to a winged cat eyeliner, it's known as a classic winged eyeliner. Some people also call it a cat winged eyeliner, but you can call it whatever you want. So we are going to use one of these brushes today. So for me personally, using the angled brush, this is a MAC 263. Yeah, 263. This is so much easier for me to do a winged eyeliner. I don't know why. It's just something that I am familiar with from working at MAC Cosmetics. I even use this brush on my clients, like this brush number. I really like this brush, so I'm gonna add on. Now, typically when I do my winged eyeliners, my line is typically not this thick. I actually like to do something a little bit thinner, so I'll show you that more on this side, but I just wanna build on this particular side at the moment. So what I do, I always go to the very corner of my eye right here, and I'll make a check mark. Get too low so you can't see me. So that's what I'll do. And as I'm dragging the brush outwards, I tend to like not press as hard. So I'm not, like at the beginning, I have a little bit more of a firm press. And then as I'm coming out to the outer corner, I tend to lift away. You get your check mark. I like to, I don't know if you can see, I'm gonna do my best so you guys can see. I try to stay in line with my bottom rim, my bottom lash line as I pull it outwards. And then, since this is a little easy for me because I already have the eyeliner there, I just will connect it. And then what you'll do is you'll go back and you'll just fill it in. Now, sometimes you can use a different brush if you wanted to fill it in. Sometimes it's hard to use this, but keep this brush handy because you can clean up that wing at the end, the tip. So I'm gonna go in and fill in that little section with the ultra fine eyeliner. This is Bobbi Brown. I like this because how it's flat on one side. Well, mine's a little frayed. I've had this one for a long time. It's flat on one side and it has a little bit thicker on the other side. You can really get like a good, you can cover a good area with this. So we're gonna just fill that in. You wanna make sure you have a good amount of product on there. And then I'll go back the other direction. Fill that in. Okay. Bada bing, bada boom. I'm gonna take my original MAC brush I was using and I'm just going to clean up that tip of the wing. Now you can see a really huge difference between the two eyes. So winged eyeliner and then the tight line. Now I'm gonna do the KVD liquid liner on the other eye. To be really honest with you, I usually do my liquid eyeliner wing liner, say that 5 times fast, pretty thin. So this is usually the thickness that I like to do. On occasion I'll go this thick, but I usually like to keep it a little thinner. So there's 2 different thicknesses of eyeliner, and I tend to gravitate towards this side because this tends to close off my eyelid, where I feel like this type of winged eyeliner opens up my eyelid. The thickness that you want to do for a winged eyeliner, in my professional and personal opinion, depends on the fold of the eye. So anytime I'd ever do freelance work as a professional makeup artist, I would always take a step back, take a look at my client, and I would determine the thickness of the eyeliner that I would do if they requested a winged eyeliner. The placement of the wing is very important because that depends on the fold of the eye as well. So this wedge, this thickness on the corner of my eye, like I said, you can get two different effects from it. So I tend to like to do the thickness on the most outer corner of the eye as opposed to doing the thickness kind of like a little bit more in on the eyelid. I feel like it just helps to elongate and give me more of that almond-shaped eye. You can also elongate the eyeliner on the inner corner of the eye. I know that there are many people out there that do that, where they actually bring the eyeliner down to like this inner corner here. So that's when you are even more so defining the eye area. It totally depends on each individual person, what you're comfortable doing. I like to just leave my eyeliner like this. I think this is a very beautiful classic way to do eyeliner. I am going to pop a little bit of that Marc Jacobs Fineliner on the upper part of my lashes. I am really loving this thicker wedged. I used to do this all the time when I worked for like in the cosmetics industry, like the retail industry, especially at MAC. I did my eyeliner real thick like that a lot. All right, you guys, so those were my top 3 eyeliner techniques that I absolutely love to use day in and day out. I've used them on many, many clients of mine, and I just wanted to share all of this knowledge and educate you guys on the different types of eyeliner techniques that you could do. So with that said, please, if there are any other techniques that you guys would love to see, please leave them down in my comments down below. I have many more videos just like this in store for you guys in the future. I absolutely love teaching. So please, please don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that bell. You know the drill. If you'd love to see more of this face right here. And until my next video, you guys, I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.